Molotovs and smokes in the early stages that are going to slow you down and block you off. No flashbangs for Nip, 2 smokes left. Thankfully, Kaze with the AWP is over towards the B bomb site, so they don't have to worry about a heads-up fight against an op.
Meanwhile, VICI have a healthy dose of nades, plenty of them across the board. Flashbangs, a Molotov, couple of smokes. So entry's going to need to be the order of the day. Omen has been demolished down to 13. Lucky not to be neutralized. 30 seconds left. Rez still in Banana. They're going to send 2 players back and 2 players through Arch. That kill onto Omen is massively important for Ninjas in Pajamas. And now again, it rests on Advent, and this time Kaze, he spots the first player. Going to have a shot through the smoke following the trace of fire. And here comes the rotation round the back. Kaze is holding on for dear life. And crazy Kaze is creating carnage wherever he moves. No one is left standing for Ninjas in Pajamas, and VICI are going to win another one. This CT side is looking brutal for Nip.
Yeah, that is so nice from Kaze. Obviously, the shots are a thing of beauty. That's twice now. That round and the pistol round that NIP have run a B split. And look at that deep smoke that VICI is throwing. They had one left over so late, and it's making it very, very difficult for NIP when they run that tactic to actually get clean shots into the site. Even if it wasn't there, the op would still, you'd imagine, reign supreme. Kaze had some very, very nice shots, and NIP looks stumped on this T side. This looks like it's just... the roles have been reversed from Train, where Nip is getting blanked on their offense. VICI on Train, 0 rounds on their T side. NIP on Inferno, so far, 0 rounds, and it's an 11-8 lead for VICI.
Nip are trying different things. They're trying to be adaptive, but VICI are just there every step of the way. And of course, it's going to help when your Opera is teeing off with 108 ADR and doesn't seem to be missing a shot. Yeah,
he's a big part of the reason why VICI is in this lead and is holding on. There have been some harrowing rounds where VICI was so close to getting reset. Now, these CZs, this could be so dangerous. No one in pit for VICI. 2 players in the site, 1 on small pit. If they make a single mistake, they're in trouble. Smoke hasn't plumed yet to block smoke, or to block small pit. There's Freeman, bombs down. He's continuing the damage, but the stack gets busted quickly. And Kaze, he's gonna get aggressive. Is he a madman? Look at this play. He's the only defender here. They do spot him. Now he's gotta be forced away, but it's too late.
Maybe confidence turning into hubris. And he is going to be punished in the worst possible way with a potential round loss. So Ninjas on one of their worst buys of the half should be successful. Advent is still alive. But in terms of their finances, I mean, surely in a 1v3 you save. He's got $1,000 left. His teammates really need him to drop a weapon if they're going to have a buy in this next one. And that's still up in the air, actually. They may not go for it.
Yeah, now the half begins. This is where it really starts. VICI's going to be hurting for money. Kaze, you have to think, if he has the cash, he's going to get that AWP. I think he'll be just shy, though. Be really interesting, the decision-making of VICI in this next round. They have 3 timeouts they can use if they want to talk things over. NIP still has 4. And yeah, Kaze, just $50 off that op. So close, yet so far, Vince.
And that's a culmination of Nip consistently whittling away weapons here and there over the previous rounds. Yes, they haven't won before in 4 rounds, but they've been doing significant damage. Got a couple of close calls, a couple of close clutches.
I think... I don't know what VICI's going to do here. I would imagine that they would maybe a half buy. They don't have really a whole lot they can get. This is a timeout called by NIP. They know the importance of stringing 2 together in this scenario. So Kaze is going to get a shotgun. Advent has the AUG he's saved, and it's pistols for the other 3. They are getting some utility to play with to try and slow things down, try and deal some utility damage. A couple nades in there. This would be absolutely brilliant if VICI could pull this off, but I think this is the smart call to make. You're on the easier side. You have the advantage on the CT side of Inferno. Don't risk everything in a half buy or in a buy where you can't have the nades, while NIP are still 2 rounds behind.
I think it also shows a bit of confidence too, that they know, sure, things aren't going great right now, but up until this point, they've been pretty dominant. So even if they lose this round, they can bounce back. It doesn't feel like desperation.
No, Yeah, confidence is a great word. Forest taking banana control. We haven't seen NIP really attack that B bomb site outside of the splits. Haven't really seen them send a whole mass of players up banana quite yet for the typical executes we see. All quiet on the map.
The silence almost deafening on Inferno, but now some smokes are going to be traded between the two teams, blocking off mid. 3 smokes currently there, so NiP have used 2 and not really made any inroads, but they have drawn out what little utility Vici have. Oh, if Get Right had landed that second shot, I would have lost my mind.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good play. I mean, obviously it's great to get that 1 kill in towards lane, but the fact that you fall immediately afterwards, you now give it an AK-47 over to ZoKing, who's starting to cheat towards the B bomb site. He's reading what's coming. If they lose too many players on this, great counter flash. That's a thing of beauty. There's no smoke for CT spawn. Now they throw one late. ZoKing is on the way over, but here's the AUG underneath the smoke. NIP can't see, but Advent can see just fine. It's Forest in a 1-on-3. He better pull off a miracle. There's no time to play around, and Advent is stalling him even further. Forest is surely going to go down. He can't get the plant, and he's out of bullets now. It's all over, and Forest must survive.
Freeman on the hunt. Does get the kill to add salt in the wounds, and NiP lose to a Mag 7 and an AUG. Oh dear.
That one hurts. Forest still has money to buy, but that is a great turnaround. I cannot believe Vici have pulled that off. That smoke at the front of the bomb site above those stairs just turned into the dagger for NiP. This all can see underneath it. When they turn, you can tell they just have no idea where they're getting shot at. He can just see the ankles.
And when you've got a fully automatic gun with a scope and very low recoil, that's all you need. And just spam straight through the smoke. Only 15 seconds when that play started too. Forest, to make matters worse, in round 22, after NiP do muster a buy, has been tagged down to 40 almost instantly. And he's been their main man, 25 and 13.
This map will get exponentially more difficult for the Swedes if they lose this round. They are out of money.
And their 1 round came off the back of a straight-up pistol rush. That is going to be a concern. Vici, in the meanwhile, have their star player, Kaze. Very impressive in this map.
He's been spectacular. They're close up, close to the smoke. Dennis wants to surprise him and come through it. Smoke gonna block him off, and he finds one. He saw a glimpse of Force, a shadow perhaps, and that was a great peek in lane. ZoKing underneath porch. He's going to come back to help his teammate. Actually, he's going to come help Small Pit, but Rez backstabs him. Dennis with one as well. Freeman, they know his location in pit. This is going to be tough, though. 2 players in arches. Good kill from Dennis coming through the smoke. That's the bomb as well. 20 seconds on the clock. Dennis reloading is dropped. Now Get Right. It's all on him, and he's got to hustle.
He can't afford to mess about. He's just got to get straight in there. And the Molotov is down. Get Right does have a smoke, but he's actually going to use that just to pick the bomb up. 8 seconds left. I don't think he realizes it. He's not going to have enough time.
I don't think there was much. Yeah, I mean, maybe didn't realize it quite at the moment. He would have had to have just picked up the bomb and run back. NIP, that's crushing. 13-9, a 4-round lead for Vici, and that says it all.
Yeah, that expression really does tell you the anguish that NiP are facing right now. It's going to be on to a very poor force buy. And a 4-round deficit. Vici eyeing up Mirage. Here comes a tactical timeout. It's from Vici, not NiP.
I don't mind that, because remember, I mean, despite the fact that NIP lost that, throughout this entire terrorist half, NIP's been so close to resetting them a number of times, and they still have it here. 4 kills in a losing effort. They've taken the AWP away from Kaze. They don't have to worry about that in this round. This is a little bit of a lifeline extended to NiP if they can just close this round, but they're going to have to do it with pretty diminished weaponry. UMP on Dennis and Rez. Pistols on Forrest and Lekro, but they know this is their best opportunity. Even with a weaker buy, the best chance they have is resetting Vici, so they have to take this risk.
Also deciding not really to flirt with the idea of banana. Hasn't really been working out for Nip. Gonna make a move into apps. No one home for Vici. They're triple stacking quad side. You actually have a player on top and below quad.
Go back to what worked before, Vince. Here we go. Kaze is going to get the first with the AUG, and the second holds down the trigger. Great defense from Vici.
Who else but Kaze?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's been the point man, hasn't he, on this defense? Usually with the AWP, this time with the AUG. That might be the end of NIP and Inferno. I think we might be going to Mirage, Vince.
It's certainly looking likely, Moses, because, as you say, Nip don't have any kind of economy. They've only won one round on this T side. It was with pistols. Every rifle round has gone against them.
Pretty astounding. A couple very close calls that very easily could have turned in the favor of the Ninjas. Just not to be so far. Half buy in this round. That's a good start from Lekro. That's a way to take Kaze out of the fight. Freeman's making sure they can't pick up the AWP. But okay. An element of danger is introduced.
And again, with pistols. There's something about Nip and pistols. Maybe that's where the magic stems from. In the meanwhile, Zoking. Ooh, I thought he was going to get peeked for a second there as he pulled his grenade out. Ooh. Beautiful reaction speed just to chop off the head of Forest. Triple spray. Going to make amends for Kaze's death early on. And now, Get Right and Lekro have done a lot of damage to Omen. That's going to make him think twice about re-peeking.
He's got the AWP. He can just hold his angle. Get Right's probably a little frustrated he didn't get that kill. It was an immediate dink, but couldn't find the follow-up shot. Freeman's at least pulled away from the bomb site, so Lane for the moment is susceptible.
Lekro's been able to pick up an M4 alongside his Kevlar, and he is fully healthy. There's a bit of time to play with. So Advent needs to stay on B site. Now the Molotov is going to land in pit. It draws one player out. Lekro is able to get the Avenger frag. Quickly switches across to the low Omen. And what an important round this is. Advent making a move through arches. Only has a UMP. But there is no head armor for Lekro. One bullet could seal it up. And meanwhile, Lekro, surgical precision, but he decides against it. He's not sure as to where Advent is coming from. And this indecision, this lack of information could cost him dearly, but Lekro is going to get the clutch with a 4K, and the Ninjas in pajamas aren't done yet.
Lekro with 4 kills, the opening on a Kaze, cannot understate how important that performance is in that individual round for him, but shout out to Get Right, 2 assists on the kills that allow him to get into the bomb site and plant safely. 2 dinks onto those players that Lekro's able to clean up. 10-14. Again, another chance for NIP right here. This is the one Get Right gets that entry dink, and he had that one earlier on Rap side. Lekro finds the timing, thought he was going to be wrapping around and then commits to a fight. Another chance for NIP, and look at the money once again for Vici. If NIP, they've just struggled so much to win these rounds, if they can just do it once.
And again, Forrest gets wrecked early on in the round, this time down to 23.
Yeah, he's not having a good time, is he?
It feels like he hasn't had a kill in a good 4 or 5 rounds at this stage.
Yeah, he seems to have gotten stuck on 25. Still leading the server by 4, 21 on Kaze, 20 on Get Right.
Well, it seems their attention is going to be turned to the B side this time around, looking to commence a set play, but Advent is waiting for the pop flash. Oh, yeah, that's actually a smoke, not a flash.
Just delaying, and I actually kind of like this call from NIP. They are grouped up a little bit early before this hit. They have to wait for that smoke, but like I said earlier, we've only seen B splits attempted by NIP. They haven't tried to actually attack this bomb site with a set piece. We're going to get one here. Smokes, Molotov starting to rain over the walls. Another smoke is dropped down, but Alman only has a pistol. He's completely blind. There's the opening kill. Rez not able to follow it up. Great trade from Get Right. And NIP have cracked open the site.
They have, and Vici can't afford to go for it, so they're going to save. I think maybe one of the reasons why NIP haven't gone too hard on this is because when Vici played Cloud9 on Inferno, They absolutely manhandled them on B site. It was Omen and Advent with Orcs. They were destroying them every single time. So maybe a bit of respect, but now NiP realize they've got to change things up.
Well, and also, I mean, probably just sick and tired of getting picked off by Kaze.
Sure, that's definitely part of it.
Like,
too.
can we just do a strategy where there's not an AWP facing off against us? That'd be great.
I wonder if Kaze, the next time he does get an AWP, if he will, well, he's going to keep the AWP. If he does hold on to it, which looks likely, if he tries to peek Banana next round, I wonder if he's going to have some B presence and try and deal with that.
Would be interesting. Could change the nature of the round. 11th for NIP as they are attempting one last time for a comeback. 3 weapons saved. No rifles can be passed over to Almond and Advent. Get Right, known as a lurker, you could see there. Great job in the opening duels in this game so far. 6 for 7.
I think that also shows how poor some of the entry fragging has been from NiP, that it's typically been the lurker of Get Right that's been getting the kills from the side first off. So it hasn't really been working out for them. This time you can see Vici. They are not interested in any shenanigans. Triple Molotov.
It's a pit of fire, but look at the read by NIP. They've called a perfect counter. This is a great call from Lekro. Zoking, he's up, he's committed, and he's down. Down for the fight. Does NIP press the issue is the question. One defender here. It's Freeman in lane. They cannot let him get away. They had the opportunity. Now he's spun. He's turned, and it's Rez to go for an attempt. Here come the UMPs, though. They're close on their heels. 1 kill for Advent, and he's going to press the issue. Wisely backs off. It's a 3-on-3.
Waiting for his teammates to get in position, didn't want to run out, get killed, and then no likelihood would be a retake and a 2-on-3 stacked against Vici. Forest is also waiting around the side. Vintage Forest with a double, and that should be the round sealed up as a result. Kaze with an AWP can do nothing but walk away. And we were asking the question, will Kaze go B? He did, and NiP called their bluff.
That was perfect play calling from Lekro. Finally, they had success at the B bomb site, and Vici said, well, they struggled so much. Likely they attacked the same bomb site they just won at. And that's exactly what we were talking about in the first half that we wanted to see Vici do. That was a 3-man stack at the B bomb site early on to get the utility down, to make sure they're safe and would have banana control. And NIP found a great timing coming up mid.
So the plot thickens. Vici still have 2 timeouts available. Do they dip in? Do they call one yet? Do they wait for the next round?
I would imagine they'd wait for the next round when they're going to have money to buy. All they have is the AWP on Kaze. Good kill from Rez. These 2 defenders at the A bomb site not synced up, not working together, and that was the final nail in the coffin, the double from Forest. So an AWP and pistols, a P250 and a Deagle. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, and Kaze is going to get aggressive, wants to try and find that opening pick down mid. It's not to be. But Vici's stacking the A bomb site. And this is, I like this call. Get players close to the AWP that you have so you can try and bring that into the next round. If they go B, you don't have to go for it. You just protect the AWP. You make sure NIP doesn't hunt them down.
Remember, in a similar buy to this, I believe it was an Organ and Mag 7, NiP slipped and slided out of the round. And there's Zoking, just aggression. Ruthless aggression up in the face. Get Right's been tagged and fragged by Orman. Not again, NiP, surely not.
They have to go for this. They have to hit this bomb site quickly. It's Freeman, and it's Advent. They only have pistols. One's a Deagle, one's a USP. Good adjustment from Rez. He got tagged up a little bit, but now the Deagle right behind Coffins. He could see through that smoke. Good spam from Rez. A 2-on-3. And I'm wondering if Vici's going to commit to this. These weapons could be valuable for the next round. They're at least going to see if they can find a kill.
If they don't get a kill soon, I think they're going to back away. But Kaze's posted up in a pretty aggressive position here. He may not have the opportunity to escape. And Lekro will punish him, and that's an important gun that's taken off the table. Owen actually decides to go in for this. Dude, get the hell out of there. What are you doing?
Back away slowly. It's not the biggest loss in the world at AWP. The 4-round losing bonus they're going to have, they'll be able to pick up another AWP if they want that. Might hurt the utility and the armor they can bring forward, but they'll still have an AWP. NIP somehow making this work, bringing out the magic at the last moment. They've won the last 4 rounds. 1 round away from tying things up. A narrow lead, 14-13. Vici fighting for their lives at IEM Katowice. NIP fighting to get legend status, or excuse me, to get to the new legend stage.
So much on the line. Heartbreak after heartbreak for NIP in recent majors. This would be somewhat redemption.
What a fitting way to be fighting if you're NIP as well. Forrest and Get Right leading the way for you.
But can they keep it going? Because Vici still have the advantage. It is slim. A small margin, a slither. But they are closer to the finish line here on Inferno. Banana well and truly boiled by Molotovs. No one is able to make a move through there just yet with smokes in the eyes of NIP. But Vici pretty passive. They're not peeking it. And Kaze's not over on that side of the map just yet.
Very slow paced in this round. NIP being careful not to lose anything early on. Kaze on Rap side, just in arches. That smoke is going to give him a little bit of safety to move up and grab a new angle. NIP's got to be careful. Running out of utility slowly. 3 smokes. 4 flashbangs, using a couple here. Oh, he comes through it. It's an easy kill on the Forest. That's a big piece of the NIP puzzle, but it's traded right back. Zoking gets aggressive, and that smoke comes up just in time. Get Right might have had the angle. There's the op. Get Right's the one leading the way. The rest of his team isn't in position. They now know one's on balcony. 20 seconds. They cannot turn back.
Kaze is close range. The flick across to Dennis is going to be good. And now 15 seconds remain. Rez is being tagged up from balcony. Lacro goes in for 1, but there is Kaze with another 3K. 2 map points for Vici.
That one's tough. That hit got so disjointed, that opening pick from Kaze. Get Right coming through the smoke first to lead the way on that attack. No one to distract the balcony player, and it's an easy kill as Get Right comes through. 15-13. NIP need to win 2 in a row to force overtime. Vici on the verge of taking us to a 3rd map. It would be Mirage if they can get there. A 4-round run for NIP just gets stopped cold.
And to put it in context, if it does go to overtime, this is where Vici lost to Vitality, and I think it was triple overtime, 25-22 they lost. And we had the pleasure of casting that game, Moses.
I was going to say, I vaguely remember going to triple overtime.
That was Vici. So, we know they've got a bit of experience. They did lose that time around, but of course, NIP have got to get to overtime first, which is a lot easier said than done, especially how Vici are playing.
Bomb is still down at the base of the mid-ramp, so NIP's not going to commit anything off of this. They just want to get control of top banana. Apply a little bit of pressure. Advent and Almond both have smokes. Advent still has a Molotov. NIP haven't been able to force that away. If they get lured into a B hit here, which it looks like, there's so many resources for Vici to stop this. They're going to go right through that before the Molotov can hit the ground. Advent, he only gets 1. Almond's in trouble. Oh, that's a great adjustment. Now he's got to back away, but he can't do it in time.
Yeah, he was stuck. I think he realized it's why he stood his ground, see if he could take another player with him. It will be a 3-on-3 retake, but there is a Molotov in the hands of Freeman. All 3 of NIP players are injured at this stage, hemorrhaging blood. And Vici can sense it.
There's a Molotov on Get Right.
Also a flashbang for Rez. Molotov's been tossed out. It actually gets extinguished in the CT smoke. That could have been used on the coffin side where Rez is residing, and he was spoiled for choice. 2 players there. Get Right partially flashed up, still gets a kill, and in amongst it, Dennis has also gone down. Vici are going to secure map 2. We're heading to Mirage.
That is a stellar response from Vici gaming on Inferno. They picked it for a reason. A lockdown defense, a 7-1 run to start this second half. And even a valiant comeback from NIP gets stopped short. Beautiful performance from Kaze in this map. Zoking and Freeman joined him up there with 20 kills each. We're going to a Mirage. Stay tuned.
the champions of ESL 1 Cologne.
Do you remember?
Welcome to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Think you've seen it all?
Are you ready to be a part of Counter-Strike history?
ESL 1 returns to Cologne in 2019.
All eyes are on you, so give them greatness with Intel Extreme Masters certified PCs and notebooks and game like the pros. When you see the unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you'll find high-grade components with Intel Core i5 and i7 processors inside. Every purchase includes in-game content and supports the prize pool of Intel Extreme Masters. Game like a pro, because the world is watching.
Prepare for combat. Go forth and conquer.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.